your trusted source for everything on two wheels. Today, we're diving into one of the most talked about adventure bikes of the year, the 2025 BMW F450 GS. BMW Motorrad has finally bridged the gap between their entry-level adventure machines and the midweight monsters, offering a bike that's light, versatile, and trail-hungry without sacrificing highway comfort. Whether you're new to ADV riding or looking for a middleweight explorer that doesn't compromise, this bike is making serious waves in the dual sport world. Let's take a closer look at what the 2025 BMW F450 GS brings to the table. Design and ergonomics. At first glance, the F450 GS proudly wears the GS badge. BMW's signature beak-style front fender, a sharply contoured fuel tank, and minimal yet rugged bodywork all point to its adventure-ready DNA. However, this is not just a downsized F850 GS. BMW has carefully designed the F450 GS to stand on its own, with a slimmer, more aggressive stance that's tailor-made for off-road precision and urban agility. The ergonomics are spot-on for dual-sport riding. You get a narrow seat for better stand-up riding on trails, but with enough padding to handle hours in the saddle. The upright riding posture, wide handlebars, and manageable seat height, estimated around 860 mm, make it comfortable for riders of all sizes while still being nimble in technical terrain. Adjustable levers and foot pegs, along with optional low and high seat variants, ensure it can be customized to your exact needs. Engine and performance. Under the hood, or rather, under the tank, sits a newly developed 450 cubic centimeters single-cylinder engine. BMW calls it the perfect blend of lightweight responsiveness and torque-rich delivery. With an estimated output of around 45 horsepower and 40 Nm of torque, it strikes a balance between trail tractability and highway usability. This is not your average single. It's liquid-cooled, fuel-injected, and €5+ compliant, tuned to deliver usable power across the rev range. BMW has also included ride-by-wire throttle, offering multiple ride modes such as Road, Enduro, and optionally Enduro Pro, to give you better control depending on the surface and your riding style. In real-world riding, expect strong low-end torque to crawl through rocky sections and enough top-end punch to cruise comfortably at 120 km/h on highways. The power delivery is smooth and predictable, making it forgiving for newer riders while still engaging for experienced adventurers. Chassis and suspension. The F450 GS rides on a lightweight steel perimeter frame that prioritizes agility and strength. Combined with a long-travel suspension setup, this chassis is built for everything from dirt switchbacks to gravel roads and light enduro trails. Up front, you'll find a $43 million fork with 210 mm of travel, while the rear gets a monoshock with preload and rebound adjustment, offering 200 mm of travel. The suspension is clearly tuned for adventure, not motocross, but it's robust enough for aggressive off-road use. Optional electronic suspension adjustment, or ESA, may be offered in premium trims, continuing BMW's tradition of tech-packed rides. The wheel setup sticks to ADV norms, a 21-inch front and 18-inch rear, spoked wheels with tubeless capability on higher trims. This gives you optimal off-road traction without compromising road stability. Ground clearance sits at approximately 240 mm, allowing for worry-free rock hopping and water crossings. Technology and features? This is where the F450 GS really sets itself apart from other lightweight adventure bikes. BMW hasn't skimped on the tech. The standard model includes a 5-inch TFT display with full smartphone connectivity, turn-by-turn navigation, and vehicle diagnostics. You also get traction control, ABS with off-road mode, and selectable riding modes as standard. Higher trims or optional packages may include cornering ABS, cruise control, and heated grips, depending on the region. Keyless ride, USB-C charging ports, and full LED lighting round out the modern feature set. One of the standout features is BMW's off-road assist system, which adjusts throttle response, ABS, and traction control to better suit low traction conditions. This means you can focus more on the trail and less on fine-tuning settings. Weight and fuel capacity? One of the key achievements of the F450 GS is weight management. tipping the scales at around 165 kilograms dry, or roughly 185 kilograms fully fueled. It's noticeably lighter than the F750 GS, yet still feels planted on the road. This makes it highly manageable for newer riders, especially in tight or technical terrain, and significantly easier to pick up if dropped. The fuel tank holds around 13 liters, offering an estimated range of over 300 kilometers depending on riding style. For most riders, that's more than enough for a day's adventure or a weekend ride without needing to strap on extra fuel cans. Pricing and competition? Pricing for the 2025 BMW F for 50 GS starts at around $8,900, with optional tech and adventure packages pushing it closer to $10,500 for fully loaded variants. While that puts it slightly above some competitors like the KTM 390 Adventure and Honda CRF 300L Rally, the BMW offers more power, more features, and the prestige of the GS name. Direct competitors include KTM 390 Adventure, lighter and cheaper, but less tech and power. Yamaha Tenor 700, more capable off-road but heavier and more expensive. Honda NX 500, similar class, but with a parallel twin and more road-biased performance. The F for 50 GS is unique because it blends the lightweight, single-cylinder simplicity of a true dual sport with the refinement and long-haul capability of a midweight adventure bike. Who is it for? The 2025 F for 50 GS is aimed at a wide audience. If you're coming from a smaller dual sport and want to step up in comfort and tech, this is your next bike. If you're a big bike ADV rider looking for something more nimble for tighter trails or weekend fun, the 450 GS is a compelling second bike. And for beginners wanting to dive into adventure riding, it's one of the most confidence-inspiring bikes in the segment. BMW has essentially made adventure riding more accessible without watering it down, and that's a big deal. Verdict: the 2025 BMW F for 50 GS fills a long vacant niche in the adventure market. It's light without being underpowered, capable without being intimidating, and packed with features without pricing itself out of reach. It offers a true GS experience for riders who don't need or want the bulk of the larger models. From fire roads and twisty tarmac to backcountry exploration, this bike is built to do it all. Is it perfect? No bike is. But the F for 50 GS might be the most well-rounded new ADV bike in its class. For riders who crave versatility, tech, and real off-road chops in a manageable package, it's hard to beat. Outro. Thanks for tuning into Bike Future. If you enjoyed this deep dive into the 2025 BMW F for 50 GS, hit that like button and subscribe for more reviews, comparisons, and all things motorcycle. Got questions or want to share your thoughts on the new GS? Drop them in the comments, we'd love to hear from you. Until next time, keep your tires dirty and your ride smooth. Ride safe, and see you on the next one.